I'm Natalie Winters, joined here with Zach Brockman, the new general manager for the Modesto Nuts. Zach, thanks for joining us today.
Thanks, Natalie. Happy to be here. Happy to be back in Modesto. I'm excited.
Yeah, that's right. Welcome back. Some of you may remember Zach. Tell us about what you did here during that time.
Well, I got here in the off season of 2007. So my first full year was '08, and then I stayed through the All-Star game in 2011. So during my tenure here, I was brought on as an account executive. So started from about the bottom position you could start from, but I worked my way up pretty quickly. I bonded with the staff here. I worked primarily in ticket sales, so season ticket, mini plan, stuff like that. So I know a lot of the season ticket base that's still here. So I'm excited to meet them and get back and connect with them. But basically ticket sales, and I was promoted to director of ticket sales right before I left, right after the All-Star game. So that's kind of where I ended up when I was here.
Okay, and so where did your career take you since then, and then what brought you back?
Well, I've kind of been all over the country. You know, it's been a pretty fun ride. So, you know, as you know, I started here, and that was my first job in sports. But from here, after I transitioned, I went to Myrtle Beach, South Carolina. So left coast all the way to right coast, so to speak. It was a lot of fun. Had spent 4 great years there. It's a tourist location, so there was a lot of great challenges with that, and it was a lot of fun too. But I went from Modesto to Myrtle Beach, and then most recently for the last 2 years I've been in Tulsa, Oklahoma with the Tulsa Drillers and the Tulsa Roughnecks. So I'm excited to be back.
So Modesto's home now, but where are you from originally?
I'm originally a Chicago native. You know, in terms of sports allegiances, you know, you can look at the White Sox. I'm not necessarily a Cubs fan. I'm not anti-Cubs, but White Sox fan, Bulls, Blackhawks, Bears, that kind of thing. So originally from Chicago, moved to California for my first job.
And another connection to Modesto from you. Your fiancee is from Modesto, correct?
Yes, and oddly enough, I did not meet her when I was here. I met her in Tulsa, which is weird, kind of roundabout way of looking at things. But yes, we're looking to get married in May, and yeah, she's originally from Modesto, but her professional career and her family took her to Oklahoma for most of her adult life. So now she's back, obviously, with me in her hometown. Her sister lives here. Her aunts and uncles live here. She has grandparents here, so it's a good fit.
Yeah, that's great how that works out. Now that you're back in Modesto, what was one of those spots that you had to get back to, one of those local places?
Well, there's quite a few, but I would say more so than anything else, in terms of just like lunch spots, places to eat, is definitely the sandwich shop. For those of you that don't know, it's this great local spot. It's right off the highway in Kansas, and I've been there at least 3 or 4 times already. So and that's only this week. So I'm going back again. So that's probably my #1 spot.
Now, obviously, the community is a big deal to us here at Modesto Nuts, and we recently won the Excellence in Community Service Award. What does that mean to you?
I've always been, big in thinking about community in terms of how the organization works. I mean, Mike Garassi, who's been here since my tenure earlier, he always preached that, when we first started out. And it really came to fruition for me, and it really clicked for me in Myrtle Beach, because Myrtle Beach, we needed to reconnect with our local community base, because it's a very transient type of town. There's a lot of vacationers that visit there. So we wanted to reconnect with the local community there. So kind of getting back to our community roots, getting back to fundraising, getting back to donations and all those community appearances that we do, really helped us grow that business. And now coming back to Modesto, and winning that award, last year with Mike and the guys. So it's going to be huge. I mean, community is a big part of any organization. So I'm excited to see that all of those, foundational elements are already in place here, for us to continue to grow that. So I'm excited to just expand that community footprint this year.
Now, finally, what's it like to be able to come back to an organization that has so much momentum right now after winning the 2017 Cal League Championship?
Yeah, you said it. I mean, momentum is the big thing. So coming off a championship, coming off the Community Service Award, I mean, things couldn't be set up better for Modesto right now. And, with the team playing as well as they are as well. So, I mean, it's just all around, I'm excited to get the offseason going. I'm excited to expand the staff here. And to see kind of where it takes us. Overall, you said it. I mean, momentum is everything, and we got a lot of it right now.
Is there anything else you'd like to add, Zach?
The only thing I'd like to add is just a big thank you to the HWS, sports group. who's given me this opportunity, specifically Mike Garassi and Mike Savitt. I've been waiting for this opportunity for a good long time in my career, and I'm excited to get going here in Modesto and just see where it takes us.
Well, thank you for sharing your story. We are happy to have you back here. For Zach Brockman, I'm Natalie Winters.